2 years ago, 67 women died during childbirth in the central region. In 2016 alone, they shot up to about 90 deaths, and 48 women have already passed in the first half of 2017. The difficulty health officers in the central region apparently are facing has to do with getting more community health nurses to visit villages and provide maternal care to pregnant women there. And addressing the media review meeting of health officers in the central region at Cape Coast, Health Minister Kweku Agyeman demanded that all interventions would be activated to reduce the figures. He has fears Ghana could lose donor support for the fight against maternal death should the situation deteriorate any further.
Some programs that we are running in the districts and the regions, MAF, MCHIP, the Global Fund programs, TB and HIV and malaria and all those things. The indications are that outcomes are not satisfactory, especially maternal and infant mortality, neonatal deaths. You are aware, you are doing your review, you know statistics and you know where they are coming from. I'm pleading with you. If you give money to your son or daughter to go and pay school fees and learn and come home with good grades, and he comes with 9 Fs, you will not be happy with such a child, will you? So people donate funds to us. We sit down with them, identify activities, programs we're going to run to achieve certain targets, outcomes you come. And if they come and assess us, and it's like it's not satisfactory, we'll have spent their money. Would they be motivated to continue to bring us some more funds to do what with? So let us scale up our commitment in running these programs. They are waiting for outcomes.
And on more Galamsey issues, the homicide unit of the Ghana Police Service has taken over investigations into the killing of 4 men at Kokoso near Kwabeng in the eastern region. The team has since been tasked to, in the shortest possible time, bring the perpetrators of the crime to book. The victims, suspected to be illegal miners, were killed last weekend. Eastern Regional Correspondent Maxwell Kudeko, meanwhile, reports that the Regional Security Council has since been engaging various stakeholders on the work of the Anti-Galamsey Task Force in the region.
The Eastern Regional Security Council engagement will involve meetings with the Operation Vanguard team, Minerals Commission, the Environmental Protection Agency, as well as mining companies, the media and residents. It is, however, aimed at educating the public on the mandate of the Anti-Galamsey Task Force. Eastern Regional Minister Eric Kwachi Dafo tells Joy News some licensed operators are known to have ceded part of the concessions to illegal miners.
And going forward, we even want to engage you, the media, and the bigger companies that are mining, because it appears to us that they could also be part of the problem.
As far as the investigations are concerned, residents of Akokosu are convinced the miners died in the hands of the Operation Vanguard troops. But the commander, Colonel William Ejapon, insists his men know nothing about the killings. He further indicates they will not be distracted by the false allegations leveled against them.
As part of our mandate, we are very much aware of the rules of this country. For these incidents that is supposed to have happened at Akokosu, I want to say it once again. Rest assured that this Vanguard, neither police or military men, were involved with this particular incident.
The police team expected to investigate the miners' deaths have meanwhile arrived in the town to begin work. Maxwell Kudeko's report for Joy News.
Meanwhile, Lands and Natural Resources Minister John Peter Amewu has condemned some of the excesses of the Operation Vanguard Task Force, such as the burning of seized excavators. He spoke with Joy News' Latif Idris, who started off by asking him if his ministry sanctioned the extrajudicial killings the task force is being accused of.
Not at all. I don't think that is. There's nothing of that happening at all. This Operation Vanguard, it's a direction by which the presidency, together with the 7 ministerial committee, put together to address some of the problems. We've gone far in these Galamsey issues. But we need to sustain it, and that is why we say the piecemeal approach is no longer sustainable. An approach, therefore, was to make sure that what we have done, we should deploy the law enforcement agencies to make sure they maintain the environment. That's exactly what is happening. Nobody has sanctioned what you rightly, and we don't think that, that is even happening. I mean, let the investigations goes on in regard to the 4 killings that you're talking about. I mean, the details are yet to come, and then we'll know exactly what happened. It's unfortunate that this thing is happening at the time that we have deployed the forces. But these forces are very disciplined. I have an opportunity to attend their training session, and I saw the kind of training they went through. They have terms of references, which of course they are adhering to strictly on the field. I have absolute trust in what they're doing. And if lapses some occur and people might want to attribute to them, I don't think I'm in a position to answer that, but I have trust that what they are doing is right, and we need to encourage them to go ahead.
Is shooting to kill part of the, terms of reference?
Never part of the terms of reference, and I don't think that is exactly what they are doing. I said that as times unfold itself, details of those events and actually what happened will be brought to book, and we'll let Ghanaians know exactly what happened. But I can tell you, and we have perfect confidence, 100% confidence in what they are doing in the field. And I don't think it's government intention to destroy those excavators and earth-moving vehicles. Not at all. It's not our intention. Our intention is to put them into good use. Some little excesses, as I've said, may happen, but the intention is to make sure that we preserve those equipment for use.
So unequivocally, you're saying you don't support the banning of these excavators?
It's not a directive from anybody for equipment to be banned, but what might have led to the banning of those equipment also need to be investigated. So we don't subscribe to that, and we don't think that is the way it should go.
Electricity is critical to individuals and businesses, but for residents of Katape in the Ahafua North District of the Ashanti region, access to electricity has just been a dream that they hope will come true one day. And surprisingly, despite this vacuum, a flourishing mobile phone charging business seems to have sprung up in the town. Prince Apia has been interacting with the proprietor to understand how the business operates.
The absence of electricity here at Kakape affects everything, including the use of mobile phones. The over 800 residents here charge their mobile phones in this shop that has to use generator to power electricity. The challenges that it comes with are enormous, and then we'll find out. 35-year-old Katape resident DK Emmanuel, as he prefers to be called, cultivates plantain, cassava, and other food crops. Farming is not his only occupation. He runs the only shop in the community of just over 800 inhabitants. Ima has been doing this business for 6 years. As business inclined as he is, he charges mobile phones for a fee to augment his income from farming.
I
use this shop to take care of myself and my family. It's been 6 years since I started running this shop. My shop is the only shop in this community. Because there is no electricity here, I use a generator. I buy 40 Ghana cedis worth of petrol every day. I charge phones for 1 Ghana cedi. Commuters from nearby villages during market days often charge their phones here. I charge all sorts of phones. I charge averagely 40 phones a day. When customers bring their phones, I write their names on them. For those in a hurry, I use a special charger that charges it faster.
So his customers do not only come in to buy, but to charge their phones due to unavailability of electricity. IMA's service attracts clients beyond the Katape community. It extends to other towns who also charge their phones at its place during market days.
I pay 1 cedi for my phone. I don't charge my phone in the house because I don't have electricity. And I also don't have a charger.
We come here every time to charge our phones. In Tepa, they charge 1 cedi. Though he uses his generator to charge our phones, he still takes only 1 cedi.
IMA is able to charge an average of 40 phones a day. Beyond the returns he makes, charging people's phones comes with challenges that gets IMA worried.
But some clients intentionally bring phones without batteries in them. If you take such phones without checking, owners demand their batteries from you. I am very vigilant now.
Meanwhile, private firm Blackstar Energy is providing solar-powered electricity to the community. Richard Arthur is Director of Engineering and Construction.
It is a 14.8 kilowatt system, DC, and a 9 kilowatts AC system that is built for the community with a total household of 150 and over. But currently, as we do the turn on today, 90 households are going to get connected because they have been able to wire their houses and they are ready to receive electricity.
Inception of electricity means his phone charging business will be affected. But IMA believes it will rather address the challenges he and his clients face.
Well, if they are able to bring electricity here, it wouldn't affect me because I wouldn't have to buy much fuel as I used to. Even if I'm able to get to 10 Ghana cedi a day, it's okay with me.
Prince Apia reporting.
Government's campaign promise to create 4 additional regions out of the existing 10 is becoming a reality. And on Tuesday, members of the Council of State advised President Akufo-Addo to go ahead and create new regions after reviewing a 312-page petition from chiefs in the Bonafo, Northern Volta and Western regions. Chairman of the Council of State, Nana Otuo-Srebo, told President Akufo-Addo the petition received overwhelming support from the 23-member council.
In the latter part of June 2017, the council received a communication under your own hand, seeking the council's advice on the creation of new regions. And close in the communication were copies of petitions from some chiefs and peoples of the Western, Northern, Brong-Ahafo and Volta regions, where the demands for the creation of new regions had been the most boisterous. Mr. President, the Council has meticulously studied these petitions, which, though from only 4 regions, numbered some 312 pages in total, with accompanying maps and statistical data. Having studied the petition submitted and the detailed briefing by the Honorable Minister for Regional Reorganization and Development, it is of the unanimous opinion that there is a substantial demand for the creation of new regions in the country.
President Akufo-Addo on his part commended the Council of State for their determination to work closely with him in the interests of the nation. He told members of the council he would set up a commission of inquiry as soon as possible to begin the process of creating the new regions.
My letter to you was dated the 29th of June, and today is the 15th of August. The letter is dated the 15th of August, which means that basically the 312 pages, you've had 6 weeks to deal with it. And I think that it's extremely commendable As you know, the Constitution then says that now, having given a positive response to the request from the President, that the President will go ahead now and establish a commission of inquiry to look into the demand, to see that it's reflected in the responses from the people, and also to deal with ancillary issues that emerge. The boundaries, the name, and all of those matters will be the remit of the Council of State, of the Commission of Inquiry. I don't think that the Commission of Inquiry is one that we need to give a timetable to, but I would hope that once it's established, that they will work also as expeditiously as you have done. I think that matters like this are matters that ought to be determined with dispatch, so that the body politic of Ghana can gain from stability and knowing exactly what is the next step ahead of us. I don't intend to dally too long about the composition of the of the Commission of Inquiry. I have been thinking about it for some time, hoping that I would get from you a positive response. So, and anticipating that means that I'm now in a position to move quite rapidly towards it.
Oh, we'll have some great discussion on this on AM Talk as usual, and I'm sure when George Lowe, as well as Emmanuel Chermanting, Ejakun come in, we'll have all those discussions. But Mamavi is joining me. Mamavi, good morning to you, and we should look forward to great discussions this morning, especially knowing that, well, we've had a lot of talk about how those regions have been demanded by the citizenry or the inhabitants of those areas.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to be doing the newspapers in a little while. The Daily Guide seems to have a lot of information. Because in the paper they say 6 regions are to be expected, and they tell us where they will be located.
Right.
Yeah, with their names as well. That's a scoop in the paper.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes as far as that is concerned. And we'll also be looking forward to your messages. So just in case you want to get interactive, we'll have our WhatsApp platform for you. And as you do that, please also touch base with our Facebook page. Join News on TV. We're streaming there live, fortunately. And we're also streaming through YouTube channel, but we also have to talk about health, Mamavi.
Yeah, we do, definitely. The Health Ministry's summit that started on Monday will be climaxed today. So we're going to be joining Seth Kwame Boateng, who's been on the ground for a wrap of all the activities. And then we will show you, because sometimes you keep asking us, where has the construction of this new maternity block of the Komfo Teaching Hospital, where has it gotten to? Today we're going to show you in pictures, and then we'll get Seth Kwame Boateng to also speak about it here on the show this morning. But I've got to apologize. Yesterday I didn't read your messages because we don't have a lot of time. So today I'm starting right now, before we even bring you the newspaper headlines and then the online news as well. So Noble Sham Yendi says, I don't think banks taking over banks is surprising. Sooner or later, nations will also begin to take over other non-performing nations. If you've got a comments, do kindly send it to us via WhatsApp or regular SMS. And I promise you, I'm going to be reading all the messages today here on the show. It's also midweek, Roland, so we get to do AM Business, Ketsi EcoBank.
So we'll be doing AM Business, but today is your 3rd anniversary of your marriage, our own Emmanuel Ante and your wife Abigail. So we wish you the blessedness as we can ever find in any marriage. Yeah. And your lunch is on Mama V and me.
Happy anniversary to you.
Happy anniversary.
Emmanuel Ante and your
wife. As well as your wife Abigail Naki.
All right.